today's session, we are going to see that how we are going to reuse the web parts from the SharePoint framework as well as the PNP tools related projects. So, if you see here, there are a lot of examples which was given by the PNP team and the SharePoint team, which we have like a lot of Angular and jQuery related and React, and then and a lot more maybe the TypeScript kind of things. Also they have the view, that is also one of the new framework which was implemented. So it was this most top. So now this is vue.js also nowadays it's most top achievable thing, client side development which added of Angular and React components things. So today we are going to see that I have my SharePoint training site. Here I want to have the list search. So I want to reuse the list search instead of taking a time. I want to reuse the list search, reducing the time for doing the coding part. So because we already have the samples which was given by the teams, I mean in the sense SharePoint teams. So why I need to be again recreate the from scratch? So reusable things is very easy to implement into a solution and making a workable. So today in this example, we are going to see how to reuse a React list search. So here I copied the okay here. Um, So in this samples, we need to understand what is that files and structures, how it was for that web part sample. So they given the whole structure only excluding the node modules which is not there. If you want to directly copy this and you can install the node npm node with the npms and all, then it will work. Otherwise, if you have the own project, so here if you see I have the project structure already which was implemented, and I have example one of the React search which was already created, but on top of it I want to have another web part. So this structure which is already like a sample web part, I mean a project code structure which you already driven, from here you are going to reuse the web part. So if you go here, you can see in this web part you have in the source folder web parts. You see two type of web part, one is list search and then another one is list search consumer web part. So two web parts was added by the team for the react like search. So we need to add two web parts. So for that first step, what we need to do means we need to be select the list search, just to copy this one, and here from here already if you see here it was already created the SharePoint Yomen Gulp project with the scaffolding structure already with the created with the React list search sample one. Now on top of it, I'm going to create another webpart which was consuming the existing source code. So we have two webparts, one is list search and list search consumer webpart. So let's talk about the list search webpart. So just copy the name and coming here. And so before running it, I want to make sure that you already installed a node npm yemen gulf. On top of it, whenever we are using react, we need to be use a react control modules and the pnp.js module, because we are this project which they have given the samples, everything is related to pnp. So first we need to install the pnp module, and then PNP control reacts module, and then PNP property controls react module. If you go here, already I was opened. So here you see that this was a PNP JS installation where you are installing the objects of SharePoint as well as the graph objects. So graph object mostly used for services like people search or taxonomy properties, whatever it is. So using the graph we have the services kind of things, and using SharePoint we have the objects of SharePoint which we can consume it. So the controls which have the let's take an example. In the list you have the list columns with the different formats, single line, multi-line, and you have the different type of controls. So the same structure, if you want to use it, we need to use the controls of DevFX, that is a SharePoint SP or SharePoint Dev framework controls react for the react control. So we need to be install this. So how we need to install this? This is nothing but a reusable react controls for the SharePoint framework. So for you need to be install npm install this is one which was the latest one. You need to be installed on top of the project when you have created. I already created all the three. So I installed the controls, I installed the pnp.js, and I installed the property controls. So property controls and react controls. So property controls which consumes the property for that define the property for the parameters which we are defining for the controls or whatever it is. So we need to be inject all the three. So whenever you are implementing a react based web part, when you are running the pnp react based web part, we need to be install all the three. I have already installed all the three. Also on top of it, I was installed the structure for before creating a web part. So next step, what I'm going to do, go to the web part, and this is a sample web part is example web part which have list search and list search consumer web part. Just a copy, rename it, and then here I create another web part. So in a single project spfx project structure, we can add a multiple web parts. So how we means again we do simple with the yo at microsoft yoman at microsoft slash sharepoint. So it will again generate the another web part. So it will ask you whether it was a web part or extension or a adaptation, whatever it is. We can uh, select web part because we are using a react list search web part. If you want to extensions, you can also use. So in a single project structure, we are going to add multiple web parts. Already added one of the test web part react list search. On top of it, I am adding the copied SPFX framework Webpart. That is a samples which was given by the Microsoft team. So, as I said, we need to use the same name, so it was easy to copy paste it. So that's why I'm using it. So before you copy pasting, you need to understand understand the concept of config, how they configured, and any assets they are using for a configuration. So you need to be understand. So I think here they're using the assets for only the screenshot. They'll not have any the data which was related to the web parts. And then configuration, it's may needed. We need to be check compare this config, anything we have missed into our local that we need to. But apart from that, source folder, web part folder, we need to create the list web part and by the same name and copy paste the web part. Let's see how it works. Okay, I will select the web part. Web part name, I will give the same name because it was easy to copy paste. List search. Description I left as it is. It was a React web part I'm giving on it. Now it will take some time. With the help of npm install, on top of it, it will install the features which was related to this React structured framework. So now I added the web part list search and I will add another web part because in this React list search we have two web parts. So we need to create a two web parts. So list consumer search web part. Just copy the text of it and I just what we need to do again, we need to do the human Microsoft slash app and creating a adding on top of it another web part. So the web part which I'm going to do the same. I mean I copied what the consumer list search consumer web part and left as it. It was a React. How it was in React means by the folder structure name you can have that it was a React. Otherwise, in the web part, if you go, if you see the component, if it is anything related to the components, then it was a React web part. So first I created the list web part and I created the list search consumer web part. Now I just copy and replace this both web part into the existing structure. Let's see. Once it has done, I will do that one. Now it was created. So if you go to the project structure, if I refresh, so if I go to the source and in the web part, I can see that list search and list consumer web part, which was added new by the help of the human generator web parts. Now what I'm going to do, first I'm going to explore this path. Okay, reveal in file explorer. and I'm going to here. So what I'm going to do, I copy the existing one. This is the samples. Okay, SPFX samples, which we have. Just right click, select all, copy, and coming to the main project, that is where we are doing. Just right click and paste it and replace the existing files. Even though I added as a web part, why I added means it has some features which placed under the config. So once we create a web part in the local in the config file, it will generate and add the components. Here you can see the list search web part and the list consumer web part, and one more places the data will be added. So the data will be added in um, so in the source it was where added, and another place also it was added. So there are structure which was added. That's why I asked you guys to create a same web part name. After that, replace it. So what I'm going to do, replace both the files. Now it was replated. Even though if I replace, we use the same name, so it doesn't impact anything because we have the same name what we have in the sample web part name what we have. This is the same name. Now let's go here. Let's do the Gulf build. Let's see any error is coming or not. I think it will come an error first time. Let's see, because we are reusing components, we doesn't know any modules or any features was missed there. If something missed, then it would be in a problem. Let's see any error is coming or not. After you run, you will without error. It's not possible whenever we are using reusing it. Okay, let's see what is the issue. Um, cannot find the module. Let's copy this all into the notepad, and let's see what are the issues is there. So these many issues are there. One is cannot find the PNP property module. So we already installed it, but it was giving an error. Let's see why this error is coming like that. We'll check it. So it's not able to find the property controls module. But even though we have installed it, property controls, it was giving error. Let's go here. First of all, before running it, you need to make sure that you are given the workbenches like this. And now go to the code list search. So what is that path? List search property.ts. List search property.ts. So it's giving an error. Um, uh, you're not able to have the properties. Let's check. Once we add this, it has to be added in here. It's added. So if you add the controls, it will add the controls here, and if you added the web parts, it will add the list search web parts. And uh, properties is was missed. Controls I added. You can add it. You can see here we doesn't have the controls. Sorry, properties. That's why this property is error. Node module cannot. So if it is module error, then we need to install the property. See this property, SPFS property I has installed. I was installed. How we can check this in the config? You can check what is this npm we added. We added a node module of control things, but we not added the PNB. That's what the error. So what we need to go. So as I said, we need to install all the three, but I was missed this property controls. So I'm just going here, and for installation, this is the step npm install. I'm just copying it and I'm running it. So now it will extract and install the property fields. So once it was extracted, what are the issues related to the property? Everything will be resolved. So all these first issues related to property issues, these are the issues. Yeah, SPFX property. These are the issues we'll solve. Okay, fine. These issues comes resolution is install the PNP property controls. So if you're done, it will then. Now let's see about other features. Now we see we solved a lot of errors. Now after we build, I will show you again that we have solved. And now let's check what are the other kind of errors. File cannot have the desktop. Kind of error that does not exist on the type. So um, this property is find. If you explore it in Google, it will say that this is a property where we are using a script that find of function doesn't have the property. So what you need to do, one more step is there. If you explore also you can get, I will show you that if you explore like that, find out does not exist on the type. Let's go here, and if you explore that is also fine, but I will have the solution that I will give you. What is the issue like that? See, find does not exist on the test, what it is, then it will show you that find method does not exist because which we are using. So if you see here, the since TypeScript 2.0, which was used in the library compiler library section in the type config file to include the ES6. Okay, earlier we have the ES5. Now we need to be set the ES6. Okay, the TypeScript compiler we need to set the target to. So compiler option has to be set target to ES6. So we need to verify. If you go here, where is the TypeScript compiler? So the error which was occurred while doing that compiling it error find. So this find is not available in ES5 ECMAScript file. If we go here and let's so close the source TypeScript config tsconfig.json. If you come here, it will see the target is ES5. So this is not supported. This not support this property. That's why they have mentioned we need to install in the tsconfig, create a tsconfig project and make a compilable. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, guys, for this install property as done earlier. So if you see, if you little up, that if I run that, so here it was loading some more. Okay, after installing this PNP control, I will resolve this error and other errors. Property find that does not exist. If you this errors, if you copy it and simply cannot find the property. Let's take this much. Okay, cannot find, and if I copy that, if you come here, you can see first link. This is something related to talking about the ECMAScript, which was version included updated one. That is, a Sinster can use this library with the ECMAScript. So we are using, we may use a ES5 that has to be updated with the ES6. That's an error for this ECMAScript. So for that, what we need to do, go here into the code, the tsconfig file. If you see earlier, it was a ES5. I was changed it to the ES6. You can also compare with the, you can also compare with the sample projects. You take a compare and you can have it, otherwise you can. So you need to be explored. Just I what I did, I just copy the text. What is error? This module, okay, property is missing, we installed. That's installing resolution. What is this finding? If you find, then we come to know that it was related to the ECMAScript. So mostly the version will be the problem. Whenever we are reusing the components, the version will be the problem because we are keep on updating. Some features will be deprecated, some features will be version updated. So if you are implementing the same into the project, if you are doing any update, make sure that you have a list of features which was updating, otherwise you will get into the problem in future too. So we need to be aware of issues how we are going to encounter. Mostly the issues are encountered related to the versions. So find of is property is not supporting in the ECMAScript 5. This find property which works only in the ECMAScript 6. So where we configure the TypeScript config. So here's the config. I was changed it. And one more type I added promise. I just comparing this. If I go to in the samples, it was under the tsconfig. So I just compared it. If something is named, I just copied and pasted here. So this is the types which was needed. What type of script must get? We are promising that it was a ES6, and other than that, everything same. Only I was changed from ES5 to ES6. All the three, one, two, and three places I was changed in the TypeScript config. Now if we run, you won't get error. Actually, I was run, so I was real the resolution which I was updated the ECMA files to ECMA scripts and run. So this error is gone. Now again if I run, after I run again, I get an error like this the below. So this I done, this till this we have resolved it. And now again new error is came, cannot find the module pagination. So what we need to do, the module is missing. Module missing means we need to install. So I just going to Google and just explored it, that pagination React installation, because might not find means we are not installed. That's why. Then what we need to do? Go here. First link you open with the node.pm.js where you can have the direct. So what we have install React pagination. So what we need to do? npm install pagination. That is what I run now. If you come here, so it was added the package. So I was run that npm install. So again, if so again let me build. So the resolution for this only at this resolution. So for this resolution we need to install what is need to install react.js pagination link reference. Give you I will give you this path if want I will share, otherwise I will upload and give you the path. Otherwise, you need to be understand. You need to go here by copy paste, and while saying this, you made up, you put a post, and you just copy this URL, and you need to. Maybe I will put it in the description. What are the modules need to be installed when you are reusing the list search? Okay, in that description I will. So if you done, it will be resolved. But other few more errors came. Webpart context is not assignable. Before I am running it, I want to check other errors. So this is a issue will be resolved. One other few more is there. One is Webpart context is on assignable type component. So if I explore, see everything I can do it, but if without exploring it, we can't do it, right? That's why I was exploring like a Google and explaining you. If you copy this, um, if you copy this and if you explore it, so mostly it was the GitHub related issues, which I will copy the first one. Already they have the discussions for the particular any of the web part. I'll first copy link location. I will go to my VM. Here I am not able to open the um, GitHub, so I'm just opening in my VM. So here they said the same issue, that an object web part object is not assignable. So what they did, expected things, they make a change. Observed behavior after upgrade 3.0.0. So what I did, simply I pasted the error. Okay, and first link I'm opening, I'm nothing doing. Each and everything there is a first link itself you will get, but we need to know how to search. So it will see that the library which was changed in the TypeScript compiler was updated. So since there is no more support for this webpart context, if you go to the line, what they are telling in the line, list search webpart.ts, line number 826. Let's go here. And, you can directly run here, but it's a restriction for me. I was not able to run directly in the Visual Studio Code. What is the line number? 826. Here you can see that error 826. Okay, this dot context you're getting a error because it will give you the error. The web part is not assignable to the base component. So what the resolution they given the resolution that I am okay by now using context equal to property context this dot context as any. Okay, we just copy this, put it as any. If you put like this, it will automatically work. Otherwise, if you want to make it as so there, if you want to make it in main, where the property where we are calling as this is a property where we are declaring context equal to webpart, there also change. Otherwise, here you can directly change this dot context as any. So as any is the same, so any type of context, not only the base webpart context we needed. So if you give like this, then we will solve this error. And let's see about the search scope, service scope also will be solved once we give this. And cannot find the module. So if it mod, so for this resolution in the line in list search webpart.ts, replace the what is the existing one, replace the context, find and replace, find and replace, as any we remove because this is what we find, and replace with as any. So because it was upgraded, which now it was not supporting, so we need to find and replace. Find this dot context store. That is what I did here. This dot as any. Okay, that's a resolution for this. For both, I think this is also the same, which was work. Now this will resolve, I think so. Let's run it again. I was changed it. Okay, so what are the things I changed? I was installed, yeah, we changed the version from ES5 to ES6, and I was changed that context, this dot context as any in the list webpart.ts, and then I was installed the property. And what are the errors? Okay, so for modules, property missing, that's installed. For find, this property doesn't work in ECMAScript 5, so we use the ECMAScript scripts. And then this pagination module missing, so install the pagination module, and then what error, this webpart context is not a base component, so instead of base component we are using as any, this context as any, then we can use it. Now one more is there that we can do, otherwise we can, so react parser module, if it is a module, again it was a module missing, now we need to install, right? If module missing, that is the issue of module is not available in the npm. So let's to copy this react parser, go here, just copy paste. Okay, and it will give you that um, node npm path where you can go and replace it. Okay, npm js path. Okay, I'm coming here. It was very interesting thing. You can also search in this particular npm js itself if you want to search. Otherwise, you can google it and open the first link. That's also fine. So it was very easy. So npm install. The reference link the same. So here also I can give npm install. Okay, so we'll do that npm install. I was given wrong. I was not copied well. I just right click, copy, parser. Okay, install React XML parser, which was missing. So they made built in with the different structure. Later, you can explore the structure of what they have given the samples. Maybe they may have a lot of vast stuff tied up, but we can first we will do the implementation, and then later we can explore by debugging also. Now I was installing the npm for the React XML parser. Now it was added. So we have for this issue resolution we add a XML parser. So if a module is failed, we need to install the property of maybe PNP property or which module. Maybe here react.js module is missing. So module is missing means from the npm it was missing. Then you need to add because that npm will have some certain features which is not some have advanced features. Advanced features we need to be installed manually. We can't add. There are a lot of content modules is there based on the scenarios we need to implement, so we can't implement all this. So if needed you can install and implement it. So now I am done. Now let's do the gulf build. I hope this time no error should come because already we have resolved it all the things which was error. I hope it. Let's see. So I also explored given the idea set how to explore and search in the first link itself because many users will face. Okay, one more issue is there, what it is. Let's copy that. 2 3 still it was not resolved. This list search but is not resolved. Okay, 826. Let's come here. 826 as any. I was changed it. Let's go to the property. Verified. List search webpart.ts. List search webpart.ts. 826. Whether may I not saved it? I saved what they could as any I given, so it should work. Maybe we do the gulp clean and the rebuild. Maybe something may miss because I was updated. Not assignment base component was updated, but even though it was giving error, so even if you see it was not error, sometimes it will store as a cache. It will give you error. That's the thing is happening. Now let's do the gulf build, clean gulf clean, and we'll redo it. Yes, now let's do the build again. Yes, after clean and build, I can able to. Sometimes it will have the cache. You need to be clean and build the solution. Now I was build the solution. Now let's go to the config. Let's see this. So if you see here, these are the. So when you have the project modules is missing, so this is a way where we need to be have. We need to check and install it. So we have installed it. Now, one while checking, one thing was need to check that is like a initial page of the circle. So we have given it. Now let's run it. So I'm not going to use a browser directly. Instead of that, I'm going to use no browser. Gulp. So no browser. So once it was running, I will manually copy paste. If you're not using no browser, it will automatically open in Chrome. But in Chrome, I have the different credentials accounts which I am using, so it will give you the problem. So I directly. So now what it will it start the local server host 4321 with the port. Also the live reloaded port will be the 35729, which was mapping to the local workbench. What I'm going to do and just copy this and wasted. First time the web part will not be available. You need to be refreshed. Sometimes, okay, what is the error? Vijay SharePoint.com. I given correct only. This is fine. Internal server. Let's see. Once it was run, I will see that. Let's go once again. Let's try it. Okay, I missed it slash sites. The 500 instance server, why it's not coming? I missed the slash sites. So there is no site, right? That's the issue. What I will do, go to the command, Control C, stop, yes, go here. See, I was missed it. I need to be verify this. Let's run it. So let's run it again. So no browser. Now this local workbench will work. That's the issue. Now it was working. So first time it doesn't have the value. See, it will say your webpart will not appear in the tool. Mix function Gulf is running in the webpart. Please refresh the page once again if Gulf is. So Gulf is running. So I need to be refresh once again the page. So we need to be checked. Let's see. Okay, fine. Let's see. I can have it a webpart or not. No, it's not having. Here in that it will show the local something. It was not having. So it was not updating. But it may take some time after you're doing some refresh. It will run. Let's see. Now only it was starting. Maybe it may take a time for running it. once everything build and run. So if we do the gulp serve, it will also once again it will make a build and run. So let's wait for some time. The subtask handle finishing. Once it has done, let's check it once again. So it may take some time to capture, and I'm showing here. Let's see. Otherwise, I need to be copy this. I close the browser. Some catchy issue may happen. I need to be close, and again I need to open. Because sometimes this issue will come. Some issue, some environment issue, you need to clear the cache and you need to try. Otherwise, freshly logging in. Oh, it's strange. Let's once again do the control C, stop it and rerun it. Um, Sometimes it may issue with the. I was not the trust the Gulp so I am doing the Gulp trusted it because I was using my local. Sometimes it doesn't support. So I done the command gulp trusted it. So once it was trusted, maybe it may communicate with my local thing to the local file structure to the workbench. Now let's see. So that's maybe sometimes a issue. Now let's see. Let's see that some because I not trusted my local dev. Maybe sometimes. It should be it should be a curve. Maybe my security is not allowing me to host it. So I don't have permissions in my local. Maybe if I upload, it will work. Now we got it without issue. We are able to run. But anyhow, let me try to clear the cache and let me know whether I can able to show the final output. So in that local workbench, you can have that here local. You can have the webparts, two webparts it will be consumed. Maybe I have the issue in the local trusting problem, which is highly secured. Let me try it. All right, if you try, it will work. But now I given the suggestions and solutions that how to use reuse the existing samples which was given by the PNP teams as well as the Microsoft teams, and how to reuse and how to face the challenges of issue. This many issues we faced it and resolution we have given. So these are the things we may occur. So I will give you that modules fails, and I will give you the links. What are the things you need to install? And while going with a React list search web part. Okay, once you're done, you can able to find it here. That's it from my side. Thank you guys. Hi guys, 1 minute. Now I got it after clearing the cache. Now I got the solution after clearing the cache. If I rerun again, it takes some time. While doing beginning, it doesn't go, but after sometimes by clearing the cache and rerun, I can able to see now it was once installed the local. So once you install the React local search list search part, you will have these three. One is list search. You can filter the list search as well as you can install the list consume part. You can consume any kind of web part and you can have it. Otherwise, if you want to have a it's okay. So this React list search something is I am tried only you got only the two. One is list search and list consume. These two web part only which you have done. So once you're done, you can have to configure. So there is an options which you can call the source data and display the fields what you do and list fields. So it was very interesting thing. You can follow the structure of the React samples what they have given in this example they have given. You can follow it. So if you go to the samples, you can follow it. You can Followed by going to the assets, you can see the lot of images how they are structured it. Otherwise you can go to the GitHub and you can have a look how they are structured. They given some with samples how to implement. You can explore it and you can do it. But now we have seen it, how to run it. So it takes some time for me to run it in local. It has taken some time. So I was run it in incognito window in some browser, so it sometimes doesn't work. So I cleared the cache, and after that, if I run, it was working fine. So thank you guys.